to expose the Pandora document or the Pandora papers of Peter Obi. I want to make it very clear. Peter Obi, as an Igbo man, I do not have anything against Peter Obi personally. But as a Biafra agitator, and Peter Obi being an Igbo man contesting an election in Nigeria, I have problem with Peter Obi. And for those who always try to write me to stop talking about Peter Obi, I will not stop talking about Peter Obi until Peter Obi stop dragging Igbo name to Nigeria presidential election. I want all of you to listen to the man you call Peter Obi. We come with evidence. We don't make allegation against anybody. When we talk with evidence. So I have come to show you the evidence of Peter Obi coming to become a president because he do not have enough money. So he wants his own share. So I want everybody to listen to him.
Added that the former governor flouted the Nigerian constitution by operating a foreign bank account while in office and may have concealed his offshore investments to avoid tax. Well, in our time-honored tradition of giving all sides a right of reply, we're now being joined by Peter Obi, former Anambra State Governor, to give us his side of the story on the allegations made against him by Premium Times. Good morning, Mr. Obi, and thank you for coming on the morning show.
Good morning for inviting me here. Well, good morning to the viewers.
Well, the obvious question to ask is, are you guilty as charged? Because you were named in the latest scandal, Pandora Papers, as one of those involved in setting up a secret company for the purpose of money laundering, illegal purchase of properties overseas, while you were in office as governor of Anambra State.
Now, I want to categorically say this evening that the question is, you were involved in illegal purchase of properties overseas while you were in the office. And I want you to listen, because before we go into this, addressing this issue now, I want you to know why this case we're not taking serious. Now, before we go into analyzing this Obi, I want you all to understand that I can never leave Obi alone until Obi leave Biafra alone. I want everyone to listen.
On the morning show.
Good morning for inviting me here.
Well,
good morning to the viewers.
Well, the obvious question to ask is, are you guilty as charged? Because you were named in the latest scandal, Pandora Papers, as one of those involved in setting up a secret company for the purpose of money laundering.
A secret company.
Overseas.
Purpose of money laundering.
As governor of Anambra.
And that is what it is.
Well, thank you. Number one is that I'm not guilty.
Number one is that he is not guilty as charged. And let me inform you that Obi not guilty was not actually real. The real say he is not guilty will shock you. Now listen to him.
Trust company is a legitimate vehicle used everywhere globally for investment, savings, and estate planning purposes.
Did you hear that? That the trust company is what is used globally. Who said that it is not being used globally? Who said that trust company is not being used globally? That is why everybody is there. It is being used globally. But the question is the legitimacy of you as a Nigerian serving governor investing in that your globally used company. That is the question here. Now let us listen to him.
It's allowed by law everywhere.
He said it is allowed by law everywhere. We are not talking about everywhere law. We are talking about the law of Nigeria, the Nigeria Constitution and the Nigeria Criminal Code, and all laws in Nigeria. That is what we are talking about. We are not talking about the laws everywhere. What does the Nigerian law say?
In my particular case and that of my family, it was done on very valuable advice of our then bankers.
Are you hearing that? Obi is telling you now that him investing in Pandora, it was as a result of advice he received from the then bankers. He received from the... So what Obi is telling you now is that, please, this crime, I didn't know I was committing crime. I received this particular advice from a banker whom I believe he was advising me right. But does that mean that the action of investing in Pandora document or Pandora property or this offshore property, does it violate Nigerian law? Does it violate Nigerian law? And does it violate the laws on money laundering? That is the question. The question is not whether somebody advised you. So I want you people to listen to the corny answer of Obi. Obi admitted. And I want you to understand the reason why nobody is talking about this thing is because Nigeria is a criminal country. Obi himself said it. Obi said Nigeria is criminalized, is a criminalized country. He said it himself. So the reason why nobody is talking about this particular Pandora document is because a lot of people are involved. So if you go for Obi, you are going to expose some many Fulanis like Atiku and Co. So they don't want it to, they don't want people to talk about it. Otherwise, ask yourself, is this a defense? Is what Obi said now a defense? Because he's not telling you that a banker advised him. So do you understand what I'm saying? Excuses is not acceptable in criminal offense. I don't know. It's an excuse. Somebody advised me. It's not an excuse. After all, the people who facilitate the offshore account and all that are bankers. So the question is, this particular investment of Obi, does it violate Nigerian law? That is the question. You know when you say you invested in Nigeria, everybody will say, oh, leave him. Yes, after all, he invested it in Nigeria. He didn't invest it in Nigeria. It's a lie. It's a lie. He didn't invest it in Nigeria. He has committed crime. The crime he committed is the crime of money laundering. He laundered the money. He will put the money in the saving of that account instead of because he know if he sent the money directly to the company to use it, he will be busted. So what did he do? He first of all, he put the money in an offshore as family saving and he used it to service debt. So let us say he will borrow £1 million. He was boasting about borrowing, having overdraft of £1 million and all that. So he will now use the company to borrow, let's say, £1 million. And then he will use the offshore company to service the £1 million. Is that not money laundering? If that not what money laundering is, what else is money laundering? The money laundering is that you acquire wealth, you somehow you have money that is not genuine because the offshore company is definitely not a clean and not a public saving. So it is also a secret saving. And that secret saving is called the offshore. Now, for the fact that you open an offshore company against the Nigeria financial law or whatever they call it, you have committed a crime because the money there is not accounted for in Nigeria. And he went in his defense. He said he has paid over $20 million or so, or 20 billion or whatever in tax. Nobody cares about how much you pay in tax. What has happened here is that you have laundered money. Money laundering, complete. The definition of money laundering is this. This is the definition of money laundering. The definition of money laundering is that Obi have a company and Obi have an offshore account, which he called a trust account. And Obi is using a company to borrow money. And Obi move Anambra money to the offshore account, and they call it family savings for family planning. And Obi move Anambra state money to that account, and Obi use that account to fund the borrowing and the debt that the company have collected. That is money laundering. If you have any other explanation to explain why this is not money laundering, tell me. But you know why this case is dying off? Because he is not the only one involved in it. So let us listen and hear as he kill and nail himself.
So it wasn't used anytime there was enough for anything. 2, it was never used to buy property before I went into office, during the time I was in office, and after time I was in office. It was strictly trust company, that savings and family planning that was strictly used to support our borrowings, which we even invested in this country. And
I want you to underline that particular word, that this offshore company or offshore account or trust account was not used for anything other than to support their borrowing, which was invested in Nigeria. You understand? That is money laundering, my people.
they are facts, they're not things that you can.
You see, that was how Obi shaded away the Pandora document. This is crime. And he is going to do it again, again, and again. And if he becomes a president, he will never care for Ndigbo. This is a man that you are asking me to keep quiet and trust my freedom and the freedom of my people for the next 8 years. Never. It's not like, oh, can you leave Obi? I am not a tribalist. I am not a tribalist. I am here to fight for the freedom of Biafra. And if Obi becomes the obstacle, we'll give him media war. We will attack him until he will talk no longer on social media. And until all the people following him will desert him. Biafra and the freedom of Biafra is all we talked about. He will not be here. So tell me, he is not actually here to come and salvage Nigeria. He is not here to actually come to save Nigeria, because Nigeria cannot be saved. Nobody can. Even Okonjo-Iweala's son have said it. If my own doesn't make sense to you, that his own and other erudite people will make sense. He said, if he has such money, he will not be here. Listen to it again. I didn't say it.
Well, according to confidential information, you have about $500 million squirreled away in the British Virgin Islands and in Switzerland. Can this amount be described as legitimate earning?
You hear that? According to a report, you have about $500 million in British Virgin Island and whatever, And then the question was, could you say that this is a legitimate money? Listen to what Obi have to say.
Well, I wish, I don't think I would even be here if I had that type of money.
But you say, I wish I wouldn't even be here if I had that kind of money. So it's become an aspiration to become the Nigeria president. It's not because Nigeria is going to work. No. And if he had money like Trump, for example, he will not be here looking for Nigeria president. But Trump of America, with all his money, he wanted to become a president, to do something. So if Peter Obi is rich like Trump, he would not be wasting his time. That is what he's telling you. He said, if I have such money, I will not be here. And I agree with him, because nobody can actually, salvage Nigeria. Nobody. So we are going to listen to it again.
Information. You have about $500 million squirreled away in the British Virgin Islands and in Switzerland. Can this amount be described as legitimate earning?
Well, I wish, I don't think I would even be here if I had that type of money.
Okay.
But let me tell you, when people banding money we talk about money and size of money here.
Okay.
It's because we're not a productive country. People don't work for their money. So we find it difficult to understand value of money. And I'll take time to explain.
I don't understand. What has this particular question has to do with being a productive country? you know, that Obi knows nothing about Nigeria. Everything you ask him, even when you think this man is sensible, he will make the biggest blunder. On a simple question, is this money a legitimate money? No, I don't have that kind of money. If I have it, I will not be here. And then he turn around and begin to talk about Nigeria being a productive country and not being a productive country. Hi, Chineke God. This money laundering works. So when he borrowed that money, he used this account to fund it. He will never repay back to the savings account from that money. That is you don't understand. So he will borrow the money. He will use the money in the trust account to furnish the borrowing. He will never repay back from that particular company. No. If money is coming to that account, it's coming as a savings account, as a savings from a different money. So it's not like he used that savings account to borrow the company so that company will pay back. Do you understand what I'm saying? So why am I doing this? I am doing this for you to understand that everybody that is interested in Nigeria politics are all criminals. All of them. From Obi to the lowest person, they are only targeting one thing. The reason for this exposition today is to tell you that anybody who comes to deceive you that Obi will get you Biafra, the person is a lunatic. And for you to understand that anybody who is talking about the Nigeria election, the person have one target. Only one target. Only one reason. Not to build electricity, not to build road, only one target. The target is more wealth to enrich himself or herself. That's all. That is the reason why Obi is telling you that if he had such money, he will not be here. But it's a lie. Even if he have it, he will still come because he wants to be the richest man in Africa.